History's highest achievers share one secret most people never notice: an ego strong enough to believe they can do what everyone else thinks is impossible. If you've never achieved anything extraordinary, the thing holding you back isn't too much ego, but too little. Take Usain Bolt. Just weeks before the 2012 Olympics, Jamaica held its national trials. Bolt wasn't at his best, and Johan Blake defeated him. For most athletes, a loss that close to the Olympics would create doubt. Bolt had a different reaction. He walked straight to Blake and said, "You will never beat me again." Not "I'll try," not "next time," just certainty. When the Olympics arrived, Bolt even canceled another scheduled race because he wasn't interested in proving himself to the world. He was preparing for one person, Johan Blake. Then came the 100-meter final, the biggest stage in track and field. Bolt didn't race with desperation. He raced with conviction. Every stride reflected a decision he'd already made long before stepping onto the track. He won Olympic gold, broke away from the field, and even glanced sideways before crossing the finish line, as if to say, "I told you." Bolt didn't become the fastest man alive because the world believed in him. The world believed in him because he believed in himself first. The race didn't create his confidence, it revealed it. That's how extraordinary performance works. We assume confidence comes after success, when in reality success is often the byproduct of conviction. Long before the world recognizes greatness, the individual has already accepted that identity internally. Unfortunately, most people are conditioned to do the opposite. From childhood, we're taught to seek certainty before commitment. Schools reward correct answers over ambitious questions. Careers reward predictability over experimentation. Society praises realism because realistic goals are easier to understand than impossible ones. Gradually, our ambitions shrink until they fit inside everyone else's expectations. History tells a different story. Every meaningful breakthrough looked unreasonable before it happened. Flight was impossible until it wasn't. Landing on the moon was fantasy until it became history. Every industry-changing company began as an idea most people dismissed. Progress has always belonged to the people willing to believe before there was evidence. That mindset appears in every field. Years before Cristiano Ronaldo became one of football's greatest players, he was asked a simple question: who is the best player in the world? The other players named legends like Diego Maradona. Ronaldo answered with one word: me. People laughed because they evaluated his present. Ronaldo answered from his future. He wasn't describing his current reality. He was declaring the standard he intended to reach. Zlatan Ibrahimović operated the same way. As a teenager, Arsenal invited him for a trial. For almost any young player, it would have been the opportunity of a lifetime. Zlatan declined.
See, I don't do trials.
At the time, he hadn't won major trophies or built a global reputation. To most people, that sounded absurd. But elite performers rarely negotiate with their own self-image. They decide who they are first, then spend years aligning reality with that decision. This is where most people misunderstand ego. A fragile ego constantly seeks validation because it depends on other people's approval. A strong ego doesn't need permission. It creates an internal standard and measures progress against that, not against applause, criticism, or public opinion. That's why your greatest competition isn't another person. It's the version of yourself that accepts comfort over growth, certainty over possibility, and excuses over responsibility. Find your Johan Blake. Maybe it's a competitor, maybe it's fear, maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's the habits keeping you exactly where you are. Whatever it is, stop negotiating with it. Make a decision, not a wish. Then disappear. Work without announcing it. Improve without broadcasting it. Let discipline replace motivation. Eventually, the results will speak with a credibility that words never could. Because nobody believed in Bolt before he won Olympic gold. Nobody believed in Ronaldo before the Ballon d'Or. Nobody believed in Zlatan before the trophies. The world rarely invests in potential. It rewards proof. That's why you cannot outsource your belief to other people's opinions. If your confidence depends on external validation, it disappears the moment criticism arrives. But when conviction comes from within, doubt becomes irrelevant. Real ego isn't believing you're better than everyone else. It's refusing to let temporary circumstances define permanent identity. Every remarkable achievement begins the same way. Someone decides who they're going to become long before reality agrees. The only question is whether you'll wait for permission or become the person who never needed it.